Have you ever wondered how electricity is transmitted in Nepal? Welcome to an enlightening journey into the heart of Nepal's power transmission system. This intricate network of electricity lines serves as the country's lifeblood, illuminating homes, powering industries, and bringing energy to the remotest corners of the nation. Understanding this system is not just for the technically inclined or energy enthusiasts. It's a fascinating insight into how our daily lives are powered, how our morning cup of tea comes to be, how our favorite TV shows light up our screens, and how hospitals keep life-saving equipment running. It's all thanks to the electricity that travels silently, invisibly, but powerfully through the veins of Nepal's power transmission system. The system is a complex web of high-voltage transmission lines strung across the country's diverse and challenging landscapes. From the bustling cities to the serene valleys, from the towering peaks to the dense forests, these lines ensure that every Nepalese citizen has access to electricity. But what makes this system tick? How does electricity generated at power plants find its way to your home or office? It's a journey that involves varying voltage levels, long stretches of transmission lines, and a grid that connects not just cities within Nepal, but also neighboring countries. Nepal's transmission system is also a testament to the country's commitment to harnessing renewable energy. With its abundant hydropower resources, Nepal is a shining example of how a country can tap into its natural wealth to meet its energy needs. But this integration of renewable energy into the power grid comes with its own set of challenges. Despite these hurdles, Nepal's power transmission system continues to evolve, adapting to new technologies, overcoming operational issues, and building resilience against natural disasters. It's a system that's not just about cables and towers, but also about innovation, resilience, and a vision for a sustainable future. So are you ready to delve deeper into this electrifying world? Now, we'll delve into the specifics, starting with voltage levels. In Nepal, electricity is transmitted at different voltage levels. This might seem like a technical detail, but it's actually quite fascinating when you delve into it. You see, the power transmission system in this Himalayan country comprises various voltage levels, each serving a different purpose. The primary voltage levels in the transmission system are typically categorized as high voltage, often abbreviated as HV, and extra high voltage, or EHV. So, what's the difference, you might ask? Well, high voltage is generally considered to be around 132 kilovolts and above. This is the sort of voltage you'd see in the main transmission lines that crisscross the country, carrying electricity from power stations to the places where it's needed. But there are also times when even higher voltages are required. That's where extra high voltage comes in. Extra high voltage is used for the really long-distance, high-capacity links. It's like the superhighway of the power transmission world. Now, you might be wondering, why do we need different voltage levels? Well, it's all about efficiency. Higher voltage allows for the transmission of electricity over longer distances with less loss of power. The higher the voltage, the more electricity can be transmitted. So the voltage levels are not just random numbers, but a carefully calculated part of the power transmission system. They play a crucial role in ensuring that electricity is delivered efficiently and reliably, from the power generation sources to the farthest corners of the country. The voltage levels are crucial to the efficient transmission of electricity across long distances. So, the next time you switch on a light or charge your phone, spare a thought for the journey that the electricity has made from the power station to your home, facilitated by these carefully calibrated voltage levels. Transmission lines in Nepal cover varying distances. Now, the lengths of these lines aren't just pulled out of a hat. They're meticulously planned and implemented based on the location of power generation plants and the consumption centers they serve. Just like how you wouldn't place a grocery store miles away from a residential area, you wouldn't place a power plant too far from where its power is needed most. But of course, there are exceptions. Some transmission lines in Nepal do cover significant distances. Why, you ask? Well, imagine living in a remote area, far from the hustle and bustle of city life. It's peaceful, it's serene, but it's also miles away from the nearest power plant. These long-distance transmission lines are the unsung heroes that ensure even the most remote areas of Nepal are connected to the main power grid. Transmission lines are the lifelines that connect power generation sources to the consumers. Nepal is interconnected with other South Asian countries through the power grid. It's a vital participant in the South Asian power system, fondly known as SAPS. This impressive system includes other nations like India, Bhutan, and Bangladesh, creating a web of energy exchange and cooperation. Cross-border power transmission lines are the veins of this system. They stretch across nations, connecting Nepal with its neighbors. These lines do more than just light up homes. They are the channels for electricity import and export. But why is this important? Imagine running out of power and being able to borrow some from your neighbor. That's what these connections enable on a grand scale. They ensure a steady supply of electricity, even when local production might waver. Grid connectivity is key to ensuring a steady supply of electricity, and also allows for the exchange of power with neighboring countries. This interconnectedness is a shining example of regional cooperation, lighting up lives across borders. Nepal is harnessing its abundant hydropower resources for electricity generation. This simple statement is a testament to the nation's commitment to renewable energy. The country's geographical advantage, with its vast river systems and steep topography, makes it a natural powerhouse for hydropower generation. Hydropower is not just a resource, it's a major player in Nepal's energy mix. It's the backbone of the nation's power supply, providing a significant portion of its electricity. This renewable energy source is not only plentiful but also clean, producing zero carbon emissions and contributing to the fight against climate change. However, the true strength of hydropower lies in its potential to meet the growing energy demands of the country. As the population expands and industrialization progresses, the need for electricity is increasing. Here, hydropower steps in, capable of producing large amounts of power to keep the lights on in homes, power machinery in factories, and fuel the nation's development. But harnessing hydropower is only half the battle. The real challenge lies in integrating these renewable energy sources into the power transmission system. This integration is a complex process that involves connecting hydropower plants to the grid, ensuring the stability of power supply, and managing the flow of electricity to meet demand. To achieve this, Nepal is making strides in building and upgrading its transmission infrastructure, investing in technology to improve grid stability, and implementing strategies for efficient power distribution. The goal is to create a robust and resilient power system that can effectively harness and utilize the country's hydropower resources. This integration of renewable energy is not just about meeting energy demands. It's about building a sustainable future where energy production is not at the expense of the environment. It's about moving towards energy independence, reducing reliance on imported fossil fuels, and creating a self-sufficient energy landscape. Renewable energy integration is a critical step towards sustainable and self-sufficient energy production in Nepal. This is the heart of Nepal's energy story, a narrative of harnessing natural resources, embracing renewable energy, and driving towards a sustainable future. Like all systems, Nepal's power transmission system faces its set of challenges. One of the most prominent challenges is maintaining a reliable and stable power transmission system. This entails both technical and operational issues. On the technical side, the infrastructure must be robust enough to handle the high voltage levels required for transmission. It's a complex balancing act to ensure that the system can handle the power load without overloading or underloading, which can lead to power cuts or damage to the infrastructure. On the operational front, managing the transmission lines over vast and often difficult terrain poses significant challenges. Nepal's topography, with its rugged mountains and valleys, presents unique logistical problems. Maintaining and repairing the transmission lines in these remote and hard-to-reach areas is not an easy task. Another major challenge is ensuring the resilience of the transmission infrastructure, especially in regions prone to natural disasters such as earthquakes. Nepal, located in a seismically active zone, has experienced devastating earthquakes in the past. These natural disasters can cause significant damage to the power transmission infrastructure, leading to power outages and disrupting the supply of electricity. The resilience of the power transmission system is not just about withstanding earthquakes. It also involves adapting to changing weather patterns and climate change impacts. For example, extreme weather events such as heavy rains and landslides can damage transmission lines and disrupt power supply. Addressing these challenges requires a multifaceted approach. This includes investing in resilient infrastructure, adopting advanced technologies, improving operational practices, and enhancing disaster preparedness and response mechanisms. The need for a reliable and resilient power transmission system is essential for Nepal's socio-economic development. It is crucial for powering homes, businesses, and industries, and for supporting the country's efforts to harness its abundant renewable energy resources. Despite the challenges, Nepal continues to work towards improving its power transmission system to meet the energy needs of its people. The journey is not without obstacles, but with determination and innovation, Nepal is making strides towards a brighter and more sustainable energy future.